What are you saying, Bugsy? Are we getting top 4? On 1? Or 2? Welcome! 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 It is Friday! It is the 2022 version of May the 20th. And you're back here with me, Sean Butler. We do things together on this channel. And seeing as I'm getting wet, you're getting wet. So on the count of 3, go get yourself a sprinkler and pour it over your head. Ready? 1, 2, 3. That's better. What a bloody horrible day. Nasty. Nasty. Guys, I don't know if you can see, but the green shoots of the cornfields are out. They're showing their heads. Just like some Arsenal fans are starting to show their heads after their horrible... Oh, but this way. After their horrible week. They're starting to sow the seeds of nervousness amongst Tottenham fans. 48 hours, guys. 48 hours until showdown. Tottenham against Norwich. Or Norwich against Tottenham. A game you would normally bank on for 3 points. And a game that I do bank on 3 points. But a game, given the consequences, how much is at stake. Some people getting a little bit nervous out there. Are you? Are you getting nervous? Or are you confident that we can get the job done? All we need is a point. All we need is a point. However, thanks to Everton, a comeback from Everton last night, shaped in the style of Dele Alli, which was nice to see, if I'm honest. It's nice to see he played well. I wish he could have picked a different game to have done it, but they're now safe. Consequently, they might not care too much about the game against Arsenal. So, not that that should bother us, but if Arsenal don't win, then it doesn't matter. If Arsenal draw or lose, then we're in the top 4 anyway, and there's every possibility that could happen. That said, don't worry about them, worry about us. Points all we need, but we're going to go for 3. Who are you worried about? Pookie? You worried about Pookie? Don't be worried about Pookie. If he was that good, he would have kept Norwich in better shape throughout the season. Don't worry about that. Guys, look, let's look forward. Look forward to some of the transfer news, the names that Tottenham will get associated with in the coming weeks if we can just get Sunday done and dusted. Looking through the papers this morning and the aggregated and the affiliated press, I'm already getting excited, guys. I'm already getting excited. How about this? Tottenham are about to make a formal opening bid for BASTONI. Yet the Inter chairman says that Tottenham must pay more than what they paid for Romero. That's fine with me. That's fine with me. Because Bastoni really is that good. A left-sided centre-back, the likes of which would elevate us. No criticism of Ben Davies, he's put in an absolute shift this season. And he's a great guy around the squad. But we do need to improve. We do need to improve. And in that position is one of the areas that we need to improve. But if it's not Bastoni, we've also been linked with Gleison Bremer from Torino. Powerhouse centre back. Big, stocky Brazilian fella. 24 years old. He's right-footed, which doesn't really, sit well with me too much. He's a right-footed, left-sided centre-back, although he can play in the centre or on the right. So he's a bit of a versatile guy. But I don't really particularly like the idea of having a right-footed, left-sided centre-back. And from what I've heard, he's very much one-footed. So, it's not ideal if you've got people that are going to try and take him down the outside or whatever. It's not ideal to be shown down your weaker side. So for me, you go for Bastoni. you go for Guardiola, you go for Pau Torres. I've been more than happy with Pau Torres. I've said this before, with Gio Lo Celso going the other way. But listen, if we can get Bastoni, that would be just out of this world, and Inter need the money. So, hopefully Paratici and Conte can work their relationship magic and get something done. Who knows? It's exciting times though. Being linked to Bastoni, that doesn't happen unless you're in the Champions League. So I don't think anyway. Although some people say we didn't need Champions League to get Romero. I think certain players you do need Champions League to be able to attract them. Tell you what else, guys. Other news, we've got Kostic. Kostic from Frankfurt, that swashbuckling, insanely talented left-sided wing-back. Rumours today that Tottenham are after him, and that there might be a swap deal for Reguilon. I think Reguilon could go to Germany, or he could go back to Real Madrid. Go back to Spain, probably where his heart is, to be honest. I think his girlfriend still lives over there. It's a shame about Reguilon. I was on the We Are Tottenham TV podcast last night, and I asked the question to Bob Spur. Is there a player, which player, if any, has actually gone backwards under Conte? Because there's not many, right? Most players have improved, but at least one or two have gone backwards. And Bob Spur said Winksy or Reguilon, but Winksy's always been bad, so he went with Reguilon. I agree with him. Don't know what's happened to Reguilon. His first 6 months at Tottenham was his best, and since then it's been a kind of gradual downward momentum. It's not really working. I don't think it is. A lot of people are torn on this guy because he's very pacey. He does offer things going forward. A lot of people, half of you guys that are listening will probably tell me that Reguilon's your favourite left wing back of the two, and that he's better than Cesc, and there's an argument for that. I wouldn't challenge you on it, but for me, I think that Sessegnon's better, and also I just think that Reguilon doesn't want to be here anymore. So it doesn't surprise me to see us getting linked with a replacement left wing back. And if Kostic was the guy, yes please, yes please. Although I'm sure his price has gone up to about 50 million or something, given his exploits in the Europa League this season. So I'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. Do you know what's really surprising me though? Is that I think most people would acknowledge that despite Matt Doherty's fantastic form until he got injured in the second half of the season, and Emerson's improving form since coming back into the team, I'm torn now on what we want to do with the right wing back situation. But I think most people, myself included, nearly everybody, would acknowledge that we should at least improve one of those players. Now, whether you get rid of one and just get a replacement, or whether you keep both and then just add a third and make that one of your kind of 24th or 25th men in the squad positions, I don't know. That's to be debated. But what I have noticed is a distinct lack of players being linked that are right wing backs. We've seen the Jed Spence link, which has been going round and round and round, and I don't know if he's that good. He's not even. He's been sent out on loan from a championship team to another championship team. So, if he was that good, wouldn't Middlesbrough have kept him? And if he's not that good, then maybe we should be going after the Middlesbrough right wing back, who's clearly more preferred by Middlesbrough. It doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, that's basically the only name that we've been linked with. And Singo a little bit. And there's Dumfries, but we were linked with him last year. We didn't get him. And now he'll be like 4 times worth. He'll cost 4 times what he would have done, or 3 times what he would have done last year. So I can't imagine that being back on. But I'm just surprised that there's not that many right wing backs being linked with us. What do you think, guys? Is that because there's like a dearth of right wing backs? Like, is there not that many great young, or not even necessarily young, because we know that Conte wants ready, tried and tested and proven to start players, right? So I'm just not seeing us being linked with any. And it's weird, because it's probably the position we need to improve the most. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. Is there a right wing back out there that I haven't mentioned that we're being linked with and I've overlooked or not seen or forgotten? Or is there one out there that you think we could get? Is it Carrasco? Can't remember now. Is there one that you think we could get that you'd like to see Tottenham make a bid for? Please don't say Lamptey. Speaking of players like Lamptey, Cucurella, another player that's been linked with Tottenham as a left wing back option. He's a player I really like him. I think he's fantastic. He's had a really good season at Brighton, and I think he's slot right into the squad. Thoughts on Cucurella, boys and girls? Do you like him? I'd imagine he'd cost about 30 million, 25, 30 million, which is about the going rate, isn't it, for a good player? Whatever Conte wants, Conte shall get, hopefully. You know, the last thing I want to say to you guys, Bugs, we're going to go back now, Bubba. Let's go. The last thing I was going to say to you was how important this Sunday is. Not just for Tottenham's season, right, and for Tottenham's future seasons, but also for like Arsenal. Again, I was talking about this slightly on the podcast last night. Arsenal not finishing in the Champions League makes their life so much harder next season, and the same can be said for us if we screw it up, right? A lot of people, some people think that finishing 4th or 5th doesn't really matter, and that we should spend the same amount of money regardless of whether we finish 4th or 5th. Which, you know, I don't know what Daniel Levy's plans are. They sound like he's going to, you know, break the habit of a lifetime and actually back Conte entirely, and hopefully that's true. But finishing 4th is not just about having an extra 30 or 40 million quid to play with. It's also about being able to offer something that other teams can't. And for me, if you look at Arsenal, finishing 5th versus finishing 4th is a little bit more catastrophic than you would otherwise think. And here's why. They need a striker to keep them going and scoring, you know, to get their goal scoring habits in better shape. But there's no strikers available. There's very few strikers available. You know, we were so correct in not selling Harry Kane last summer, even for 150 million, because you just can't find a player to replace Harry Kane, even if you had that sort of money. You can't. There's just none available, or very few available. Haaland's gone to Man City now. You look at the players that we've been linked with: Dybala, Martinez, Memphis Depay. All 3 of those are playing Champions League football and would want to go to a club that's playing Champions League football. Arsenal not being able to offer Champions League football when they are looking for a particular position that has such few quality options available, I think means they won't be able to find someone anywhere near as good as they would think they would otherwise be able to. Even like Chelsea. Chelsea are in the Champions League. They're going to want to go and replace Lukaku, I think. I'd be surprised if Lukaku goes to Arsenal. But if there's a striker available and Chelsea are going to go after them, they're going to choose Chelsea over Arsenal, right? Because they got Champions League. So That's why it's so important for Tottenham to get this job done. Not only for our ambitions, but also by cementing Arsenal in 5th, when you know that there's other teams that are coming up behind them really quickly, like Newcastle. I just think that if Arsenal didn't do it this year, and if Arsenal struggle in the transfer market this summer, and they have a bad season next season, they could get left behind for 4 or 5 years, because the players they need are in the positions that have the least amount of quality options available, and those that are available will want to have things that Arsenal can't offer them. So if we screw up on Sunday, that whole thing changes. Arsenal can then offer them Champions League. Arsenal could then go and get a Martinez, maybe a Lukaku from Chelsea if that was on the cards, and then they can sort out their issues. But without Champions League, they can't, in my opinion. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been talking for, as always, longer than I thought I would be. Can't wait for Sunday. I might do a preview show on the channel tonight or tomorrow. Look out for that. Hit the notification bell if you haven't already. Please hit the like button if you haven't already. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And I will see you, if not on the preview show, I'll be on the Irish Hotspur for the final watch along of the season. It's a massive one. It's a massive one. Get positive. Send all your best hopes and the best energy towards the Tottenham boys. One more time. One more time, guys. And as always, oh, bye-bye.